Hey, how you doing? I just want to talk about the trauma-based mind control that I was under for the past 17 years, and I'm still under it today. What's going on is that my name's Sammy, and I tried to just work at Linfox as a forklift driver, and what happened was they came to my work, invisible people, and they tortured me on the forklift, like would make me throw up, would make me go to the toilet, and they would touch me all over my body and things. And I ended up resigning from work because it was getting so bad. And I left for Queensland, and I had a place. I lost my place. I lost everything, and what they did was just they tortured me day and night. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. Um, they would just keep touching me constantly, and I would ask them from them what they wanted, and they would just wouldn't leave me alone. And well, I'll just fast forward it just about say 14 years ago, 14 years later when that happened. And what's going on now is that they used trauma-based mind control on me, where they came into my life, and they started to call me Matthew, right? And all of a sudden, people would uh, the subliminal messaging would be, "My name is Matthew," and it was a shock to me how people were sort of trying to say, your name's Matthew, and when my name's Sammy, right? And when they kept calling me Matthew and that, I would get touched and abused and all those things as well. And I would be in so much pain, you know, on a daily basis. And just trying to talk with my mother and brother or whatever, they would just rape you right in front of them, pretty much. Ghosts, like ghosts, in your house. And they called me Matthew for a while, and then they just kept torturing me. And what happened was, like, I ended up my mother called the police on me, and because I was just screaming at these people what they wanted, and just for them to leave me alone. And look, they called the police on me, and I got arrested and taken off to mental health. And I told them, look, my name's Matthew. They keep calling me Matthew. And there's an invisible army that people keep talking about. And how people are all in soldiers, and they're in an army. And the doctor said, look, mate, you're a textbook schizophrenic. And they totally used the doctor. The doctor was in on it as well. Um, he's an agent as well, and he was directed, you know, to medicate me and give me like medication, and not tell me the truth about the mind control torture that I was constantly under, and how I needed to get out of my problem that I was having, dilemma that I was facing, as far as being electronically harassed and tortured every day. And basically, they used that doctor to call me a schizophrenic and medicated me. And even though I told him they're trying to call me Matthew and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, like, I ended up getting myself out of hospital, and it wasn't easy. And I ended up going to back to Sydney from Brisbane. I ended up back to Sydney, and then I made it to my father's house. And you know, in a matter of moments, like, they started calling me Nathan, right? And they said, look, my name's Nathan, my name's Nathan. They would constantly say that. that my name's Nathan. And I would be just under so much torture and stress. They would sodomize me. They would hit me with frequencies in my head, my teeth. I'd feel pain in my teeth. Um, when I first they made me go to the toilet a lot, and I bled from my bottom a lot. I've had so much that they do to you sexually, and that I've had hemorrhoids. I've had all that, and they call me like Nathan and things, constantly all the time. And I was going through that on a daily basis. They wouldn't let me sleep at night. I couldn't eat properly after every meal. Like I threw up. I wake up every morning and I start throwing up, and like they would like it was like the Exorcist movie. You know what I mean? I'm just being totally possessed, thrown across the room, and things like that. And it's like out of an Exorcist movie. And I'm suffering all these torture techniques, trauma, mind control, MK Ultra. I'm constantly under that all the time. And they're the most unbelievable sick people whoever is running this. That they allow these kind of torturing techniques on human beings and on each other, on our neighbors, on our friends, on our family, you know. And because now they've pretty much like gaslit me to the fact that, to the point where they use all my family and friends against me. They act as agents, right? They know that they can see these invisible people torturing me on a constant daily basis. And it's just always just negativity, why I'm not good enough, and why I'm not satisfactory, and why I didn't do what I was told, and all those things. you know when I was a man who had a job and was doing the right thing in the first place, and just a man living his own life, trying to find religion and spirituality, and try to find a good woman and settle down myself, you know, until these people decide to come in and think it's okay to rape me and torture me, and in ways you can't imagine. I won't go through it all, how they rape me and torture me, but they use names, they use the MK Ultra that they use, they try to change your name even, your identity, who you are. Like, I've been Matthew, I've been Nathan, and while they call you that person's name, they're just torturing you, you know, and till you, like, your brain snaps, and like, and says to yourself, and you sort of say to yourself, oh, I am Matthew, I am Nathan. And if you tell a lie a lot, as many times, you start to believe it. you know Adolf Hitler once said, if you tell a lie to the people enough times, they'll believe it. And in my case, it wasn't coming to that point. I kept trying to get help and reach out to others and say, look, these people are trying to call me Nathan all the time. They're calling me a pedo and all this stuff. And, my name's Matthew, and, I'm supposed to be in the army and all this sort of stuff. And I was just under so much torture and that at the same time, and so much pain. And that's the type of techniques that they use on people, is in the mind control, is they try to change your whole name, your identity as a person. You're like, if your name's John or Peter, they'll make up another name and abuse you until you sort of give in to that new name that you've been baptized, or what they've given you through all this trauma-based torture. And they will change your whole life. And if that doesn't work, they turn your whole family against you, right? And they will, like, use them to get to you, and or to attack you and all that, and tell you, you're this unworthy person, when you're a spiritual being from the Most High, and you're a member of that person's family, and you should be proud to be that guy's son, or brother, or friend, you know. And, you know, they don't look at us for what we really are, you know. And we're like spiritual beings, you know, having a human experience, and we're just trying to find our way through life in a loving way, you know, not in this hateful, negative, gaslighting, mind control, MK Ultra way, you know, where we're just like, just attacking each other constantly, you know, and get a quick thrill by raping somebody day and night, you know, like there's nothing better to do with somebody's life, you know. And, you know, I just want to tell you about all the mind control MK Ultra, that they will try to change your name. They will try to change your identity. If that doesn't work, they use all your family and that against you. Okay. With that being said, peace.